You know, I am a media person, so I've done my research. So I've got some questions for these guys here. First, let me just ask Jetty. Jetty, I'm gonna ask you, okay?
Okay.
First, how do you all know each other? Like, how did this relationship start?
We've actually known each other since, I don't know, they went to like kindergarten together.
Yeah, it's been like well over a decade.
We've grown up in school, different things. His mom actually is the one who got us started as a band, basically. She got us on the original show that we were on to kind of get us going. And so basically she got us into that, and then because of when we were doing the music and everything, we started making, traveling and going to Nashville. And then while we were going to Nashville, someone in Nashville discovered Jeremy. And so Jeremy kind of got our music started, and then we kind of got him going in acting. So it's kind of been this back and forth thing for a super long time. We're family, basically.
Can I hang out with you guys and do that too? I mean,
you never know what might happen.
I know, right?
Acting is crazy.
So my understanding is that you guys have been shooting videos for a long time. Josiah, can you elaborate on this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about, sorry, I was looking down the line. Who does the videos? I mean, you guys just come up with these ideas by yourself?
So, like the music videos that we upload? Yeah.
Right.
So, most of the time it's shot by Jeremy's brother right there, Benjamin. Yeah. He's kind of the cinematographer and all those. And we all kind of work together to direct it, depending on what the song needs, the feel of it. And then after that, I edit it, video editing all together, and then we post it, and it's a lot of fun. So. Okay,
so wait a minute. Now, Benjamin, I thought you started acting with Jeremy. How did you go from acting, and did you ever have a role?
Well, back when we first started acting, we both started at the same time actually, and we were with them in Nashville, and the person in the meeting that we were with, because our mom manages them, so we were with all of them, did whatever they did, and so she noticed us, and she thought we'd be fit for acting, and so she recommended us to an agency, and we were a little hesitant at first, but we decided to go and do it anyway, just give it a shot, and we did absolutely horrible. Both of us, we were horrible, and but because they trust the lady that recommended us so much, they allowed us into the agency anyway, and we eventually got our first gig together for a DreamWorks commercial at the Opry Hotel. So that was our first gig ever.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, well, Jeremy, tell us a little bit about some of your first roles.
Well, I've been cut from a lot of things.
It's almost become a joke.
it's literally a joke. So I've been in a few things like Ant-Man and Medea's Christmas and 42, the Jack Robinson story, all of these of which I've been cut from, by the way. And I was on a show called Read Between the Lines. They canceled the season right before my episode came out. So I've just been on like the cutting room floor so many times. Out of the Chipmunks, and then that was actually my first role that I was in it, and it was for like 10 seconds probably.
But it was a great 10 seconds.
It was very great.
Best part of the movie.
Yeah, I went to Nashville for your birthday. Yeah, and so I surprised her in a box, I think. I think I hid in a box. Oh, it was weird. It's a different story. So yeah, I've been trying a few things.
Pretty cool. Okay, Jesse, you're the oldest, right? Of the band here.
Of the band.
How long have you and your siblings been in the music world?
This year it will be 10 years since we started out as a band. We've all done music all our lives, basically on different instruments, depending on the person you ask what instrument it is. But as a band, 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys have been able to accomplish a lot, and I think it's been great to watch them morph into this whole new group. Don't you guys agree? They are just phenomenal. Sophie's the youngest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So how has it, I mean, you've been with them since you're like sevens when you started, right?
Yeah,
Something like
I don't remember
that.
anything. It's a blur. No, like the whole 5 years, I guess, the first 5 years. Yeah, I started in first grade and I didn't know how to play an instrument. At the time I first started taking piano lessons and we got on this show and Jetty was like, he stuck me on the keyboard and he was like, all right, these are your 3 notes. You're gonna play these 3 notes over and over again. And that's what I did.
Yeah, but basically it was like, all right, this is your spot right here. You play these notes. You don't move from these 3 notes. And then sometimes you can like point at people, I guess.
Tambourine. I rocked the tambourine. Don't.
Yeah.
The tambourine was my instrument.
Oh, to this day.
To this day,
if she uses the tambourine, she goes so hard with the tambourine that she bruises her leg every single time.
It was during the summer or something. We were during a show, and I don't remember. We were playing Mbop, and I was just going ham on this tambourine, and I got this bruise on my leg the next day. It was great. I'm the best tambourine player I know. So.
That's kind of child abuse, right? Of yourself, right? Okay, now I know one of you likes to be behind the camera. Which one of it is it? Okay, so he likes to be, what? Now, tell us about that.
Yeah, so I originally started acting with Jeremy at the same time. The difference is I quit because it was too hard for me. At least I thought so, and it wasn't really my passion, and neither of us actually sought it out, so he decided to stick with it. He decided to like it, and I just didn't. And it worked out for him and also for me, because I found my passion, which is photography and videography. And so I followed them around and kept around, and I do their videos, and I help them out with photo shoots and things like that. And so that's just what I enjoy. It's how I found it, and because of acting in that situation, I found what I was passionate for.
Okay, so for the kids in the audience, maybe the ones that don't sing or can't act, but do, that would be me, either one. I'm really good at talking on a microphone though. But anyway, give them some advice. Tell them how they can get started in what you do.
Well, when it comes to finding your passion or what you want to do in life, you just have to try different things. And you give it your all, and if it works out for you, then keep trying. And if it doesn't, and you don't like it or enjoy it, then move on to the next thing that opens up to you. And photography was that thing for me after acting, and I think just sticking with what you like and what you're good at is probably the best that you can do.
Yeah, definitely. I think the key to it is just perseverance, hard work, and sticking to it, because you will get better the longer you stick to something. Not everything comes easy right away. So, like for us and Jeremy, like you said, he got cut out of everything at the beginning, everything. And he laughs at his first, takes he had to do in auditions and stuff, and we like cringe when we hear the first things we wrote in our performances. But it's years, and it's dedication, and it's practice over time. And if you find something that you really love, you will stick to it. If you don't really love it, it's a lot easier to give up. We wouldn't be doing what we do, any of us, photography, acting, nor music, if we didn't truly love what we do and getting to meet everybody and all you guys while doing it.
How difficult is it to get past that first time that you hear the word no from a producer, or whenever you're there and you did get the role? How's that feel?
Well, it's weird with acting because like you do auditions and sometimes you just never hear back and they just disappear and they're like into the void. But then sometimes you get like really, really close to like a role and you're down like 3 people and then they're like, hey, so we decided to go with these 2 instead of you. And that sucks. Like to go home and have such high hopes for something and it just be crushed sucks. But you just have to keep going. I mean, like you just have to go for it. You have to live selfishly in that aspect and go for what you want to do and what you enjoy.
Can you tell us a little bit about Untold Stories, what that is?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of our newest videos and songs that we released, and we were lucky enough with the help of Jeremy and his amazing mother Tracy, which also helps to manage us. She's here tonight. Can we get a round of applause for her? She does so much. Yeah, and all moms as well. Lori and Tracy, you guys are amazing. Yeah, with their help and connections and getting to meet people, we were able to get a placement in the first episode of his show with the song. And it was so cool to kind of get to see something that you just had just in your head out there for like and you get to hear it. You're like, oh, so many people are gonna get to hear this. It was so cool. So we decided that we were going to make a video to go along with it. Well, that's something that you're doing right now. Okay.
There we go.
So we decided that we were going to make a video to kind of go along with it because, you know, it went with Are You Afraid of the Dark, and we had this whole kind of idea in place. So it was one of the first times we really went 100% with trying to make this video look cool and like creating a story and filming it all. It was a lot of work, but it was one of the most fun videos I think we've ever done.
Yeah, and that's something too, though, with the song itself. It didn't, in like what you hear now, that wasn't the original version. There's like a whole different kind of song with some different lyrics, and we worked with Jeremy and collaborated and came up with a different title and kind of switched some things around for pitching it for this show that he's in. And that's something cool too. Don't give up on something because just initially you're like, oh, I don't know if I really like this or whatever. Sometimes if you just hold on to something and work on it, you never know what'll happen. You might end up in
Yeah, because Jeremy said that you actually pitched that to it.
Yeah,
they
we did.
said no, right?
That didn't work, obviously.
But it's still, it was just something that we all, you know, when we created the song, and we were just, we knew that it could be something. We were like, we had this deep feeling that it was good enough to be somewhere. We just didn't know where, but with patience and, you know, reworking some things and collaborating and figuring some things out, it ended up being somewhere where people could get to see it and hear it. And so we got exactly what we were hoping for in the end, so it was amazing.
Do we have that clip? Are we able to show that? No,
No, we don't have the clip.
Well, they'll just have to go on to.
Yeah, I think it's still on YouTube. The first episode, yeah, I mean a thumbs up. Yeah, it's still on YouTube, so for free, by the way.
Yeah, if you want to watch the first episode, you can watch it on YouTube.
about
And
40 seconds.
also, if you want to watch the video that we created for the entire song, with Jeremy as the main actor
Yeah,
in
so
the video.
Benjamin filmed the whole thing.
Did.
And it was a big collaboration effort. And also, there's a 19-minute behind-the-scenes video. 18.
If you want to know how ridiculous the actual filming of the video was, you can watch that because it's a whole nother thing.
It's pretty entertaining.
It is, but yeah, you can check out YouTube, and we have a bunch of stuff there. And yeah, the videos are there. You can watch Jeremy walk around in the woods and get spooked.
We bought a fog machine for that. Like,
We did.
It's pretty professional. I mean, come on.
I also got to play Jeremy's body double.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
You look so
Yeah.
much like him.
I know. They needed me for shots, so they were like, you are closest to his height. So, that's how it happened, I guess.
And apparently we're going to see a whole lot more of you guys premiering on Nickelodeon on November 1st. If you guys haven't heard, right, you guys are going to be part of a new show called America's Most Musical Family. Can y'all tell us about this? Because it is hosted by Nick Lachey. I just can't wait to see that.
He was a really nice guy.
Really?
Yeah.
And well, my other questions are, well, go ahead, tell us about it first.
Okay, so we're really excited about this. I don't know if anybody kind of caught those. You saw someone's little promo videos while we were watching that episode. But yeah, if you looked closely, you might have caught us a couple of times because we're going to be on this show on Nickelodeon called America's Most Musical Family. And we're very excited. The first episode airs November 1st. It's going to be on Fridays. And just...
A week from today.
Yeah, so just keep watching because you don't know what episode we're going to first pop up on or what's going to happen. So you should definitely watch it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So many talented families. We got to meet so many cool people. Everybody...
It'll be super entertaining.
Super entertaining.
Every episode will be worth it, promise.
So much variety, different families. The judges were amazing. You know, Sierra, David Dobrik's one of the judges. He was super nice. Debbie Gibson, Nick Lachey, as you mentioned, is the host. It was so much fun. We're really excited for people to get to see us, and we had a great time with it, and we think you guys will too.
Well, I know that the grand prize was $250,000 in a recording contract, and I know over 30 families are competing for this. Can you guys tell us who won?
We can.
Definitely.
We will be fined $1 million if we spill any secrets.
Come on!
You're just gonna have to watch it and just see how it unfolds because it's very entertaining.
It's great.
Not even to your closest friends here in East Tennessee.
I know.
I know.
Come on!
I mean, they scared us pretty good. They're
Yeah,
like,
I mean $1 million is a lot of money.
It's so true.
yeah, but at the same time, it was so much fun. We were like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, you all ended up on Nickelodeon. How in the world did that happen?
Good question.
It's actually crazy because within this is not even a joke, less than 24 hours apart, Jeremy got, contacted to be on, try out and get for Are You Afraid of the Dark? And we were contacted by someone totally different to try to be on their other show,
They
America's
found
Most
us
Musical
through
Family.
Instagram.
Right. They had absolutely no clue that his mom was managing us, that we had grown up together. Within less than 24 hours, we got 2 emails from Nickelodeon, and they had no clue that we knew each other.
They were just really busy trying to fill their shows at the same time.
Yeah, but we were like, we were like, did you do this? Like, no, did you do this?
Also, very important thing for anybody who wants to, go into acting, music. be present on social media, because you never know who's watching. So there's a lesson for that. Always post your things and promote and that kind of stuff.
And to add on to what Jetty was saying, like, we were actually at the end of our press tour for Are You Afraid of the Dark, and we were asking our, like, press reps what's next for them, and they were like, well, we're gonna move on to America's Most Musical Family. We were like, oh yeah, our friends are on that. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, our best friends are on that. And they're like, what? How do I not know that? So, like, nobody even knew. It was crazy.
Very cool. Well, I do have a question. How did you guys come up with the name for the band?
Okay, so when we first started as a band, we were known as J4. That was our original name. Actually, it's here. It's on the wall.
Back
We
there,
performed here years
2010.
ago. We walked in tonight and we saw our old initials. It was crazy, our old initials and everything. But we decided as we were getting older, you want to evolve, you want to change and grow a little bit. So we came up with this idea because Benjamin actually right there came up with the name, and it kind of works because if you look at Leonardo da Vinci and what he embodied, a lot of like what if you look at music, it's very abstract, it's very artsy, it's different. It doesn't have to have form or a certain like concrete substance. It can just be very interesting. And then you look at science, and it's very point and exact, and things have to be a certain way, and they line up a certain way. And those things don't really, go together that well, abstract and then the complete opposite. And so what we wanted our music to be is we wanted it to be very interesting, with interesting chords or harmonies, which we're very into, like family harmonies is kind of what we do. And we want it to be very interesting and ear-catching, but at the same time, we want it to have structure, with the harmonies, we want it to be very defined and have this direction and have everything built in a certain way. So Da Vinci was an artist and also a scientist. He did so many things, and he was a very, very interesting person. And he's a perfect personification of bringing those two things together, which is art and science, which you don't see too often. So we're chasing Da Vinci, we're chasing that idea of bringing the arts and sciences together to make, very interesting sound to our music. So that's kind of...
I love it. I love the idea behind that. I love the name. I think that very well done, Benjamin, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, Benjamin.
If you guys want to start lining up, if you want to ask a question, I'm going to continue, but we want to go ahead and get some questions from the audience. So just come right here to the microphone and you can ask anything you want. But the next thing I want to know is, Jeremy, I have a couple questions for you for people. Okay. I just, I just have a couple questions. Okay, so you're 16, right? Oh, this is
I am 16, yes.
This is your niece, right? It's all in the family here, all in the family. And this is Sarah, right?
Yeah.
Say hi. Hi. This is my niece, Sarah. She's the most adorable thing in the world.
Yes, she is. She's a doll. And she's going to be on the next episode of what? Oh, God. That's coming up, I'm sure. But you're 16.
She's also a Nickelodeon
Yeah. But you're 16, which means that you're driving now, right?
Not yet. I haven't had time, and I may have failed my permit test, but not
Say
yet.
that. I don't think people heard you enough. You did what?
What was that?
Failed my permit test.
By how many questions?
I didn't. 30.
No.
I didn't miss all 30. I didn't miss all 30.
Missed all of them.
Next topic. I'm not driving yet, no.
You've been studying lines. Who has time to study that darn driving book? I mean, honestly, who can learn all those things, right?
Exactly.
That is another question that I had for you, is how in the world do you learn all the lines that you have for your movies?
At the beginning, I was actually really bad at it. I remember being really, really stressed about 3-sentence lines. And now I would say memorizing lines is the best thing that hold on, let me rephrase that. Memorizing lines is probably one of the things that's easiest for me right now. And I don't know why, but I think I have a photographic memory, but I sucked at the beginning, and now
Yeah,
I'm
remember when you were
really
doing
good.
42 and it took 4 hours for you to get one line?
This was my first audition almost ever, and my line was, he's here, he's here. It took me 3 hours. How bad do you have to be to make that? Oh
It's okay, Jeremy. We had a practice when Sophie first started. It took her 2 hours to hit a tambourine on a downbeat.
It wasn't a tambourine, it was a cymbal.
Cymbal, sorry. Cymbal.
Yeah, don't
Like we
forget,
talked
she's the
about
best
before,
tambourine
I'm a
player ever.
tambourine player. I
Okay?
know how to play tambourine. Cymbals, a different thing with cymbals.
That was something.
They thought I could, they like started worrying, like I couldn't hear
Yeah,
anything.
we were worried if she even had rhythm at all at that point.
I
She's
got it
not-
eventually.
She's not great at the cymbals, and we already know she hurts herself with the tambourine. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that you, or you
We
just no instruments for her?
We just
right?
put her on the bass. We're like, okay, you're not
gotcha.
going to hit yourself, so let's do
That
that.
thing's pretty heavy. too.
Yeah, let's do that.
They like to make fun of me.
All right, we're gonna get some questions for our audience.